So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her, not solo.
You see if I did it?
Always missing.
Volleyball action continues on IndianaSRN this week. We are at Central Christian High School. The Chargers look to move on, stay undefeated, and become 4-0, but the Techies of Purdue Poly stand in their way. Indiana High School volleyball coming up very shortly here on IndianaSRN. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electrician serving Central Indiana. IU Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 logistical solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. Pleased to be joined this afternoon by the coach, Keith Myers. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Again, the Chargers started this season 3-0 so far, 2-0 when they play in Pioneer Conference play, and 2 of those wins were via the sweep. Quite the start for first-year head coach Jason McCory for Central Christian, coach.
Yeah, you know, you come into the season and you just don't know. Your team was adequate last year, if you will. He has a different attitude. The girls seems to like the coach. That's real important. If you like the coach, you seem to play for the coach, and you play well. So, you know, being undefeated is a big thing. This matchup tonight should be very interesting with Purdue Poly and Central Christian.
Now, Purdue Poly on the other side, they're the away team. They've played a lot more games this season, a 4-3 record for them. But again, Central Christian starting the season off hot. They are undefeated right now, 3-0. J.R. Stum is the head coach of the Techies. We have 2 games for you tonight on the network. The other one got started a little bit earlier. And right now we have the Chargers and the Techies getting closer to our first action. We will take a break. We'll be back and deliver you the first set of our high school volleyball this afternoon right here on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Central Christian. The Chargers being introduced at the moment, the undefeated 3-0 Central Christian Chargers. This is an interesting note, Coach. There are 3 sets of relatives in some form on this team. There are 3 stringers, that being Belle, Emma, and Olivia. We have 2 Forsters, Portia and Trinity, and then the 2 Rodriguez girls, Nevaeh and Sophia. I'm not sure if I've ever seen 3 sets of relatives that are on the same team together.
Yeah, you know, you can almost sing "We Are Family" with them, the way they, with all the sisters, and, you know, it's probably the best sister team we have. You know, you lose one, maybe you lose all 3. That would not be a good thing. So we'll see what happens tonight.
There's the home team, the Chargers, wearing the red uniforms tonight. Purdue Poly on the other side in the all black. Getting closer to our first serve of the evening, and we'll get a look also at the first 6 that are out there for each side. For Central Christian, looks like Daylin Mitchener is out there. She wears number 2. Number 5 is Emma Stringer. Number 15, Chloe Moran. Those 3 at the front line for the moment. And in the back, Alyssa Anderson, number 14. Number 9, another Stringer, that being Olivia. And then the libero for the Chargers is going to be Samantha Leal. On the other side for Purdue Poly, their starters. Number 1, Alyssa Hickman. She's just a freshman. And also out there, Melody Costellas. She has a sister, Mariah Costellas, who wears number 4. Number 6 is Asia Crabtree. And then also out there, Marina Simmons. And then the final 6th girl, I believe, is Ajasa Griffith. That's the starting 6 for the Techies of Purdue Poly, and they'll be the first ones to serve. And a late switch for Purdue Poly. Their libero is out there in the long sleeve white, and we are underway. The first point. No one's quite claimed it yet, but a tap over by Purdue Poly won't go over the net, and the Chargers start off 1-0.
Alyssa Hickman from Purdue Poly, number 0, is your libero.
That she is, and she is just a freshman.
1-0 Central Christian.
The serve going long, and Purdue Poly will be able to tie things up on the service error. This serve upcoming from Griffith. She's a senior. And one of just 2 seniors on this Purdue Poly roster. Central Christian with a push towards the back corner, and not able to get it up in the air was Hickman.
So the key here for Central Christian is get off to a quick start and then just, finish strong at the net. It's very important that they finish strong at the net here.
There's Hickman on the pass. It was Starks who got eaten up on the previous point. This one way too strong off the right arm of Alyssa Anderson.
Might have got a little bit much, little spinach for lunch today. A little tough hit.
And this serve will come from Costellas. Service error. This one into the net. A little bit of back and forth early on through the first 5 points.
Foster now checking into the ball game for Central Christian, number 4, Trinity. Nice hit.
Long way to run it down was Hickman, and she's not going to get to it.
And you see Central Christian forcing them to go all the way past the 10-foot mark. It goes all the way back.
So another serve from Stringer, and another point for the Chargers. They're now going on a little bit of a run. It was tied up 2-2, and now it's a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, +3. Again, this is exactly what they want. They want a fast start here.
Purdue Poly able to get this one up and back over.
Nice
chance
set.
Offensively. Blocked at the line, but it does sneak over on that side. And I think on the kill it was Anderson.
Yeah, nice job.
Good start for head coach Jason McCrory in his first year.
Yeah, first-year coach, you're undefeated after 3 weeks of the season. You feel pretty good about yourself. That's long.
A couple of service errors now committed by Central Christian. for Purdue Poly. The other Costellas, Mariah.
So we got sisters all the way around.
We sure do. That one just sneaks over the net. Going to be a tough play for the Chargers and unable to keep it inside the white lines. Good effort on the side of Central Christian. Costellas again. This one from the middle row, just a simple hit back to Purdue Poly. Running start towards the bench. And again, kind of out of sorts on the side of Central Christian, and on that third hit, tough angle to try to get it back over.
Yeah, what you want to try to do is get that setter to get that ball, the second ball. You want her to have the second ball to make the set, and it was kind of hard for them to get that done. There's a nice serve.
Low, diving for it to keep it up as Anderson. Purdue Poly, a little miscommunication. One of the longer points that we've had. Towards the middle, and a late diving attempt trying to save it. But Purdue Poly comes storming back now. They've tied it up at 6. At the net.
Oh!
Nice block.
A very nice block. But way to react to that.
Anderson had the hit and off of Mitchener, out of bounds. So both teams going on a little bit of a run now. Central Christian able to answer after the 4-point swing Purdue Poly just had.
It looks like Jason is trying to tell them just to play up a little bit and just to play that volley back. That's a nice move right there.
Towards the net, and a tough spot to try and hit that one off the pass of Mitchener.
Yeah, a little long for that pass and just didn't get there.
And another bad pass. This time, Asia Crabtree trying to put the left hand up there, and it goes out of bounds. Central Christian, it's been a first set of runs. But the third service error committed by Central Christian gives it back over to Purdue Poly.
She was looking right there at that corner, wasn't she? I mean, she looked at the death corner, but just crept out.
This will be Marina Simmons, one of 2 freshmen into the game so far for Purdue Poly. And this one, good effort from Costellas.
+3 again for Central Christian. The runs have gone off and on here a little bit. We'll see what they can do here.
Rodriguez and Anderson stand towards the back and
let serve, and they couldn't get it over.
So another ace for the Chargers. Emma Stringer got one early on. It looks like it's Olivia Stringer who got this one. Rodriguez, she's the libero. She sets it up. A couple of 2 hits and back over. Neither team able to set up any offense up until now. Two-handed push from Moran. Over the net, 2 hits at the net committed by Trinity Forster. Decent rally, Purdue Poly with the point.
So now let's see what Purdue Poly has. It just seems like no one wants to take control of this game so far.
Towards the back, Starks at the net. Rodriguez with the flail into that little corner there, and It was just outside. Not touching it for Purdue Poly was Melody Costellas, and wisely so.
So now Purdue Poly's on this little run.
Another serve for Starks. Set things up near side with the hit being Moran. No communication at the front line for Purdue Poly. And back and forth we go.
Libero now checking back into the game for Central Christian.
Initially, we thought that was Leal wearing number 6. It's hard to see that number a little bit, whether it's a 6 or an 8, but it is indeed an 8, being Nevaeh Rodriguez. Substitution, Libero checks out, that being Hickman for Purdue Poly. Simmons comes back in, and the Techies still have the serve. Asia Crabtree back to do the honors. Crabtree keeps it up, a high pass, but she's going to have to backtrack after the bad pass of the teammate. So error committed by the Techies. This lead of 3 and 4 points, we've just kind of been hovering around it here for a little bit for Central Christian, and that now we'll see a timeout on the floor, I believe, called by Purdue Poly. 13-10 our score here early on. The Chargers have been in the lead now for most of this first set. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited.
Also like to remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, a great atmosphere for breakfast or brunch. Opens Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tammy and her staff waiting to serve you and your family. Try their biscuits and gravy or quiche. Coach recommends, that's me, Coach recommends the BLT with extra mayonnaise. Tams are located at 6427 Oak Landing Drive in Indianapolis. Got to have that BLT extra mayonnaise ketchup on your potato chips.
I like extra bacon.
Well, that's like $3. Mayonnaise, nothing.
Yeah, that's true. This will be an ace towards the back, out of the timeout. And giving it a ride is Chloe Moran. That's the second ace of this first set for Central Christian. Another fastball from Moran, but this time the Techies let it go by. Purdue Poly not going away. The errors of Central Christian have allowed them to keep it at this 3 and 4 point threshold. There's a service error of their own from Purdue Poly. This serve from Mitchener, and it will be an ace. Touched out of bounds. Nothing you can do once it gets over to that bench area.
Now this little run of Central Christian, they just need to maintain it. That's a nice serve.
Largest lead of the game so far at 5 from the middle from Griffith. Near side, just a little tap over from Anderson. Into the corner over the head of Anderson, just out of bounds. Thought she was going to be able to sneak that one just past her, but now the largest lead has extended to 6.
Oh, just.
Just not quite over.
You like the let serves, though, don't you?
4th time that Central Christian has served it either long or into the net. Alyssa Hickman, the other freshman, along with Simmons. Gave a little heat behind that serve, but just hits the top rope of that net. So each team exchanging service errors. And now we have 3 in a row.
You know, you look at the benches in just 1A games, and you know, when you see the 4A, you see 8 or 9 subs with 1A, maybe 2 or 3. But both class work very hard at putting good programs on, and we really like to cover all the classes. And you know, we're glad that we're at Central Christian tonight.
Central Christian with a great start to this season. Too many hits on the side of Purdue Poly, being 4, and 4 is the win number Central Christian's looking to get to after tonight.
Nice quick start of the season for them.
Kind of a jump serve from the Chargers. Getting a running start, having to...
Boy, she did a nice job tightroping that net.
That was Moran. Another long rally. We'll set it up for Moran again, and it's off the front line, deflected off the right hand. I think that was Simmons for Purdue Poly. 19-14, Central Christian getting closer to that 25-point mark. And this one's not going to get over. Anderson had a much better serve the first time. This one is off of Rodriguez, one of the better serves we've seen on the side of Purdue Poly so far, and that was Simmons with a little bit of redemption.
You know, Central Christian at 20 is really a race to 5 for them.
Simmons again, this time though,
long,
just too long. Haven't had very many referees, you know, we haven't had the referees get involved very often. It's been more of the
errors that both teams have made, yeah.
Exactly. Bad serve from Central Christian. The serving has not been the best from either team in this set one. Central Christian, though, still in command. 4 points left to go, leading by 5. This one hangs around the net. Purdue Poly will get a chance. Deflected. Good effort keeping it alive. Moran was the one to come in, and the shot goes wide from Griffith.
Right idea for Griffith. Just did not line herself up vertical to the net. That ball went wide out. So Rodriguez, who's been very consistent with the serve here, can finish it up with 3.
And that one took a dive at the end. It was a high, kind of arcing serve from Rodriguez, but took a lot of drop
almost
at
like
that
a
very last second.
Almost like a knuckleball.
Yeah, exactly. Chargers now have 4 aces to their credit, but they have just about twice as many errors in the service game. This serve from Crabtree. And that'll be an ace for the Techies.
Right there by the campfire line. Nice location.
Purdue Poly not going away without a fight. Underhand serve from Crabtree. Moran has been working this usual side of the court. They'll go middle, and it's a free ball that Purdue Poly ended up taking and opting to letting it go, but it does stay inside the white line.
set point here.
And doing the honors will be Moran to try to win this first set for the Chargers. They've only given up one set so far this year, and it won't come on this point. The Chargers have won their games this year 3-0, 3-0, and 3-1.
This is an important serve.
Griffith will put it up and put it over. Rodriguez and Moran with the passes. And this pass opting to head on the other side of the court towards the Chargers. It goes long and wide. Central Christian takes set number 1, 25-19. And they continue their hot streak to this season. We'll take a break, come back for set number 2. You're watching Indiana High School Volleyball on IndianaSRN.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Getting ready for set number 2 here at Central Christian High School as the Chargers still have only given up one set this entire season of the 11 total that they have played thus far. This is game number 4 for them. And right now they are looking at a 3-0 record. With the coach, Keith Myers, I'm Jarrett Lewis. Thanks for tuning in on IndianaSRN.
Why we have this break in the action, the IHSAA officials participating in high school athletics does not have to end with your high school graduation. Even if you have been away from the game for a little while, you can get back into the game by becoming a licensed official in all of the 20 individual sanctioned sports at the IHSAA. Contact the IHSAA office at ihsaa.org. We need officials because if we don't have officials, we don't have games.
That's right. When we have one game for you tomorrow on the network, that being some more volleyball. Sheridan will be at Traders Point. Troy and Eric are on the call for that one for you. Troy is working a game at the moment. He's got Covenant and Heritage Christian.
Yeah, Troy gets all the games. All seriousness, Troy does a nice job, and we got a load of football coming through this weekend as well. As we'll preview those for you in just a few minutes. So there you see Advantage Central Christian, and this is a really a game that Purdue probably really needs. You go 2-0, it's kind of hard to bounce back. So we'll see what happens here.
The start was definitely what did it for Central Christian. Once they led by 4, their lead had never gotten less than 3. And so just kind of hovered around 3 points and 4 points. And then once they were able to get it up to 5 points, it seemed unreachable for Purdue Poly to come back. So looking for a much better start for this set number 2 to try and extend this night and possibly get a win if you're the Techies.
Boy,
First serve hits that net.
I tell you, we coached that when I was at Horizon. We coached that. We put a string on the top of the antenna and had the girls serve underneath that, and it's effective, and it worked very well there.
Much faster serve from Moran after she picked up her second ace. They'll go through their offensive set and awkwardly off the right hand from Anderson. We mentioned the volleyball we had tomorrow. We have boys soccer on Thursday. Covenant Christian is going to be at Chittard. And those are the 2 games we have for you for the rest of the week up until our football Friday night. And back to a Central Christian possession after that point. Bad serve from Mitchener. They'll tie things back up at 2, and Purdue Poly right now, a couple of the girls having a discussion with one of the umpires.
I don't know what she's asking him other than maybe the set, but she seems to be satisfied with the answer, and we're ready to go.
Things put up on the push for Stringer. From the middle row, this hit, and Rodriguez is forced to dive after it, sends it back over.
Boy, they are forcing it on a 10-foot line.
Point to Central Christian, the double hit on the side of Purdue Poly.
You know, our producer is an All-American volleyball player. Well, he says he's a very good volleyball player, so I'll claim him as an All-American tonight.
He's our All-American. That man you're talking about being Ethan Pollock.
Well, you know, if you can play for Butler, you can play for anybody, right?
Yeah, Butler's good at everything.
Yeah.
Central Christian on a little bit of a run. They now lead by 2.
You know, we just don't want to tell you that Ethan is in his 7th senior year of eligibility.
Ethan, our producer tonight. Joel Mears is working the camera.
Good job by our production team for getting us on the air. Worked very hard today to get that done. Unforced turnover by Central Christian. And, got to hit that ball, girls. You got to hit. It's not you got to call that ball and hit that ball.
Not
Tight.
On the same page. Trinity Forster wanted to go after it. And that means it's an ace for Costellas. That's the 3rd ace for Purdue Poly. But it seems we have a recurring theme of teams will pick up an ace and then immediately it's a bad serve, either short or long.
Again, we look at both of these teams fairly young, both young squads. So, you know, they're developing, and that's okay. I mean, you look at the quality of competition they have. They both play very good, strong schedules. And this is the way you earn. By the time they're junior, seniors, things will go much better for them.
Miscommunication between Griffith and Simmons after Purdue Poly tied it at 4. Chargers regain the serve. Rodriguez too strong. It was a free ball, and taking advantage of it and redeeming herself a little bit was Simmons.
Brings the score to 5-5, I do believe.
Costellas. Her serve, bad pass, but keeping it in play. Tremendous effort, and that ball right at the top of the net, and it's an easy tap back over. Hitting the court for the point was Starks.
First lead for Purdue Poly this game.
Double hit, it looks like, from Central Christian. Yep, that is the case. One of very few errors where we've seen the referees get involved. Costellas now, for the third straight time, on her serve. Having to backtrack is Moran, and it sneaks in.
Ball's got eyes.
Flagman right there, looking right down the line, and it's inside the corner. Moran picks up a kill. Bad pass, and unable to keep things afloat. One of many aces that Central Christian has picked up so far tonight.
We're tied at 7.
This time Portia Forster has an ace. She becomes the 5th different girl. With an ace. And the theme continues.
Yeah. It just seems like neither team can get in a routine here.
Coach Stum on the side of Purdue Poly giving some tips to Costellas before we see a serve from Simmons. Towards the back, and this one is going to be too strong and out. Purdue Poly now, their largest lead has grown to 2 points. Taking advantage of the mistakes made by Central Christian. Towards the back, and that one just eats up Anderson. That'll force a timeout called by Coach McCrory of Central Christian. They faced their largest deficit so far, set 2. Purdue Poly looking a lot better, and a chance to tie things up at 1 set apiece. Serenity Care Services is a proud sponsor of IndianaSRN. They're an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver service provider in Central Indiana. The friendly, competent, experienced team of caregivers that you have been seeking. Contact them today at serenitycareservices.net. Those football games we mentioned for you just a little while ago, we have 4 of them coming up on Friday. County and conference game between Greenfield Central and Mount Vernon. Evansville Central will take on Evansville Memorial. Adams Central will be in battle with Covenant Christian, that game being played at Taylor University. And then our other game is Heritage Christian at Gearin Catholic. We had great games last week. Looks like we got some more great football for you upcoming this week for week 3. Nice block at the line. Well done by that tandem of Purdue Poly. Looked like Griffith was in the area.
Central Christian has
11-8 your score, and now it becomes 11-9. Trinity Forster will take a seat as Rodriguez gets set for another serve. Set things up in the pass was too far out in front of Stringer. Mentioner for the most part. Just had to work hard to get some good sets up to some of these outside hitters. We haven't really seen that one kill that just kind of makes you jump out of your seat.
Right.
Chargers trying to catch him sleeping was Mentioner. Rodriguez, and now Mentioner will get a set. Up, but too much on it from Anderson. Anderson just has one kill to her credit so far. For the first time, we'll see Caitlin Hernandez out there for Purdue Poly. Her serve, and that goes out of bounds. We most definitely have more service errors than kills, and we may have more service errors than kills and aces combined. And here's another ace. Mentioner picks up her second. Central Christian trailing by as many as 3. And now it's like it's supposed to happen almost. These aces followed up immediately by a service error. Not sure what's in the air tonight at Central Christian in this gym. 2-point lead for Purdue Poly. And hangs on the net for a second. Free ball. Mentioner unable to react quick enough. Mariah Costellas with the kill. Griffith has had a lot of serves so far tonight. She'll attack this one from the middle, but short arms it.
So Central Christian down by 3 at 15-13.
First set was close, especially early on. Central Christian able to kind of keep climbing that lead out just a little bit more. 4 points, 5 points, and then winning it by 6. And now they've come roaring back, being down 3 to down just 1 and a chance to tie. But this one, another serve into the net.
Again, just no routine, no rhythm in this game at all.
I wish we would have kept track of the amount of service errors that we've had, because it is an abundance of them.
I think we're about double digits.
Oh, no doubt about it. I was thinking more like 20 plus. Another one of those running jump serves from Anderson. They'll put this one up for Moran. Towards the back, and off of her back feet, kind of backpedaling, was Hernandez. And Moran taking advantage of it.
And we are tied.
Those serves are called jump floats, by the way.
Going with the jump float approach. I just learned that from producer Pollock. I'm gonna start calling him that from now on. Producer Pollock.
Professor.
The
professor of volleyball. I thought I didn't do everything with the coaching, but he's shown me a couple of things tonight.
Well, I think the serving game overall is going to need some work on in the upcoming practices for both sides. As Purdue Poly extends their lead back up to 2, it's 18-16. But another bad serve. You can kind of see it come off the fingertips. It's not quite there. Good serve this time. And going backwards and way too strong. Past the white line. I got to think also probably a majority of the points for both teams have come from their opponent errors.
Yep. Unforced turnovers.
Free ball at the net, and there's a Jason Griffith. She picks up a kill, the senior for Purdue Poly.
And they have scored their points from the first game. They've got 20. There are 5 points there. Now they can chase it.
Purdue Poly with a chance here. Griffith. Hernandez, and again backpedaling. Hard to get that one over her head and over the net. And a much-needed point, I think, picked up for the Chargers. Rodriguez and her serve. Another one of those that sinks at the last minute. This one's set up for Griffith. And the point is going to be given to the Chargers. They say the double hit. The two fingers pointed up by each referee. Rodriguez again. Her team now down just 1. Towards the back, and it falls in front of everybody. 3 girls trying to go after it, but Costellas couldn't get the best pass on it.
Now both teams are chasing 5.
Rodriguez, 3 consecutive good serves. Purdue Poly can't get it back over, and the Chargers, who were once down 3, now lead by 1. And with that run, that'll force the Techies to call a timeout, talk things over. This is a set that like you said, when this set first started, Purdue Poly very much needs this one to keep this game alive.
Definitely need this game to at least keep some pace.
This second set is brought to you by Pat Cherry Insurance. Our staff will provide you with over 40 years of trusted expertise and knowledge to help protect your assets. Visit us today so we can put a plan in place for you and your family. 317-894-7000 or email us at pat@cherryinsaagency.com. That's pat@cherryinsaagency.com.
Very good, Jarrett. So here we go.
Rodriguez trying to finish this one out on her own. And an ace. Rodriguez with her second one. She has an ace in each set now. That's 5 straight points for Central Christian. A lot of firepower on that one. Able to put it up was Costellas. Nice save made by Hickman. Coming in, and another great save made by Purdue Poly. Who's going to come away with this point? One of the longer rallies of set number 2, and that one hits the back line.
2 balls. Both balls had eyes on the line. Nice job as they push 2.
What a run it's been for the Chargers.
Yep, they were down 5, wasn't they?
They may have been down 4. But they have had 6 straight points here, and it ends right there at that moment. Moran sends that one into the net. So now Purdue Poly giving some life back. Starks with the serve. Tipped. Kept alive by Mitchner.
Oh, swing
and having
and
to
miss.
hit it over Hickman with the whiff. That means it is set point now for Central Christian.
So this is
and that'll do it. What a run it was for Central Christian. They score 8 of the last 9 points to take set number 2, 25-21, a much closer affair. Purdue Poly with a lot of fight in that set, but now the Chargers lead 2-0. The third set upcoming when we return on IndianaSRN.
Career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
Able to come back and win that second set were the Chargers of Central Christian, trailing by as many as 4 points. They win it by 4, 25-21, looking to close things out with a 3-0 sweep. With the coach Keith Myers, I'm Jarrett Lewis. We're just talking about some of the premier programs in the entire state across all 4 classes, and we have some volleyball rankings as well.
Yeah, the volleyball rankings came out today. We'll break it down for you in 1A, Faith Christian, Lagodi, Cambridge City, Cowens, and Spring Valley. In 2A, Wapahani, there's a couple of state championships there, South Adams, South Central, and Durangan, and Park Tudor. We have been told that Park Tudor team very, very, very good. In 3A, Western Boone, Frankton, Crawfordsville, Greensburg, and Northwood. And in 4A, Hamilton Southeastern, McCutcheon, Seymour, Babuff, and Yorktown. That is your top 5. That poll will come out every Tuesday starting now. And if you want more information on that, you can look at the Volleyball Coaches, Indiana Volleyball Coaches Association, and they take care of that for you every week. As we have our IndianaSRN poll for football. Haven't done that yet for volleyball. Looking into that, see if we can get that done maybe under the table by the end of the year.
Purdue Poly will start off with an ace on the very first serve of set number 3.
Now you're up against 2 games for Purdue Poly. You got to win or you go home. For Central Christian, you just don't let off the gas. You got to continue to play as well as you've been, or improve a tad a little bit more to get this one underneath their belts.
Mariah Costellas was the one who started things off with a point, and now the Techies have back-to-back points to start off the third set. Purdue Poly was able to pick up their first lead of the night in that second set, and they start off this third set going up 2-0, but not before Chloe Moran sends that one back over and into the hardwood. Now Moran back to serve. Pretty good line drive right over the net. Collapsing in. Techies keep it alive. Too strong of a push.
Right idea. Again, right idea. They're looking right down the line there.
Tied up now at 2. Very effective serve. Had Costellas working on her heels. And Moran will get back and do it again for the 4th straight time. This one just too strong.
She just does. She got the right idea. Just put too much spinach on the ball.
Moran has
I've been
3 aces to her name.
Been corrected. Too much mustard on ball.
Mustard. Are you a mustard?
No, I am not. No.
I know you. That's your typical favorite whenever we hit the concession stand is the hot dog. I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you were a mustard or a ketchup guy.
I can eat mustard on a.
This ball's still alive.
They're
I
gonna call
guess
that
after the kick. Into the net, though it appears. Yep, that's a Central Christian point. I'm surprised that point kept going after the kick, but it looked like it, according to the umpires, it stayed in.
Wow. I mean, that was a pretty high, good kick.
Yeah, it was. Nice reaction. Not sure who that was. Mitchener, she has an ace, and she has an ace in each set now. 3 exactly.
A little bit of a delay here.
Tough spot to send it back over, but Purdue Poly does just that. Blocked at the line, and Stringer got both arms up there and couldn't respond after the deflection. Mitchener up for Stringer. Too far on the pass. Coach McCorrick wanted a lift on the side of Purdue Poly, but the Chargers get the point nonetheless and now lead 7-4.
Now, if you're Central Christian, you have the game pretty much controlled on what you want to do. Now you just have to extend this lead.
We haven't seen a lead greater than 6, and that was in the first set. You see when the Chargers won it by 6. All in all, it's been a close back and forth battle between the two. But the service errors, whether they've been too strong or not strong enough, have been plentiful. Hernandez has a serve, and that'll be an ace. Towards the middle at the half-court line. Shot from Griffith, and now Chargers Send Hernandez backwards. Point to Purdue Poly. 2 fingers up in the air. Looks like that was Trinity Forrester with the bad hit.
Double hit there.
7-4 has now become 7-7. Number 7, Hernandez. Still back to serve. And 2 girls looking at each other, and both of them thinking the other one is going to get it. Anderson and Moran not on the same page. Hernandez, though, follows it up with a bad serve. Possession to the Chargers, and Anderson is the one back to serve. Anderson now has her first ace of the game. Going with that jump float. Is that what it's called, Professor Pollock? Jump float indeed. And it's working because it's back-to-back aces for Alyssa Anderson. Free ball, and unable to take advantage of it was Forrester. Back and forth we go. Jason Griffith has been a common server tonight. This one into the net, and we're tied up at 10.
So Central Christian jumps off to a nice lead, and now Purdue Poly making their nice little run.
Yeah, neither team has been able to use any momentum and go on a crazy run, except for what we saw in set number 2 when Central Christian scored 6 straight to take that set. Good effort. A couple of girls sliding. Mitchener and Forster just throwing the arm out there to keep it up, but the third hit was heading straight for the bench. It's been just kind of like mini runs, like 3 points for you, 2 points for you, back and forth. Moran off balance. That one, was it outside the line? It was. Another tie. We are knotted up at 11. Rodriguez up to Mitchener. Moran. Nice diving play by Hernandez. Love the effort, but it was just outside the white line. Olivia Stringer. Now with back-to-back serves. There's a nice free ball, and Moran was able to take advantage of it. She leads the team in kills so far tonight with 5.
She's played well, fairly well here tonight.
Could this be the start of an extended run for the Chargers? It will not. I think I the announcer jinx. That's exactly right.
That's why I like working with you, you know? Just
I just won't mention the words run, momentum, or anything like that for the rest of the night.
Okay, 14-12.
Back to back. Well, the Purdue
Service
probably gives it
errors.
right back. Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm thinking there's been at least 30 service errors combined. Moran lets it go by. And that one from Stringer was too strong outside. One of the Costellas, that's Mariah. She's back here for this serve. Her older sister, Melody. Well, here's number 5. And Mariah, that one doesn't get over the net either.
You know, you look at Central Christian undefeated in this season, and it looks like they're on their way again. Purdue Poly, I think, is 4-3. Is that right?
That is correct. Moran has another ace. She's got 4. Yeah, Central Christian trying to start off this season, which has been in multiple weeks now, but they only have the 3 games completed on their schedule as Moran picks up her 3rd ace of this set. Central Christian, after this one, will look at their next opponent being Indiana Math and Science. That one falls in between just about everybody. 4 girls stand around and watch that one hit the court. So Purdue Poly able to answer the run that Central Christian made. Central Christian will have their next game Thursday, and it looks like they may also be playing a game on Friday night. Able to finally locate it. Looking around was Emma Stringer, and she picks up the point for the Chargers.
We almost had another kickball. 4 plus 4 for Central Christian.
Central Christian has wins this year over Providence Cristo Rey, Indianapolis Tinley, and Indianapolis Washington. Tinley was the only one to capture a set against them this year. One of the longer points of this set. Nice effort by Hickman. A couple of hits at the net, and Central Christian ends up finishing out with a point, and they're inching closer to a 3-0 sweep.
So they have only lost 1 set of the year already?
That is correct.
Pretty impressive.
Hickman can't keep it in play.
And now they're chasing 5.
Mentioner, the one back to serve.
While we have this opportunity, I want to thank both athletic directors for giving us their rosters and information about their team this year, tonight. Josh Bowling from Purdue Poly, and, of course, Bobby Brown from Central Christian.
Purdue Poly has the possession now. They're down 5. And Central Christian with just 5 points left to try and finish this one out. Big time deflection falls out of bounds, so now it's a 4-point deficit for the Techies. Purdue Poly's next game will be tomorrow as they play a back-to-back. Crystal House. That game will be at home for the Techies. That serve heads out wide, back to a 4-point advantage for the Chargers. After Crystal House, a extended break, it appears, for Purdue Poly. They won't play again until next Tuesday. Ace on the side of the Chargers. 3 points left to go as Emma Stringer picks up her 2nd of the night. Stringer, just like what Rodriguez did in the second set, trying to close things out for good in this third set. Back-to-back aces for Stringer. One of those trio of sisters that we mentioned in the pregame for Central Christian. 3 different groups. The 2 Forsters, the 3 Stringers, and the 2 Rodriguez girls. Purdue Poly has the possession. Griffith over her head, nicely done. Kind of a no-look hit to the other side for IHSAA Griffith. And Purdue Poly will send Hernandez back to serve again. How much fight do the Techies have left in them? They only have 1 point left to give up as Central Christian comes up to match point. Give Purdue Poly credit. They've had some close encounters in both sets. A bad serve there. Second set was their best chance of picking one off tonight on the road. Not quite done yet in this third set as we await the Techies with the serve. Asia Crabtree will check in and try to keep this game alive. Hernandez sets things up. Rodriguez comes in. Not a clear look yet for either team to get off a nice hit. Mitchener. Awkward pass over to Moran. At the net and falling on that side of Central Christian. Trinity Forster was in the area, but it was a good rejection on the side of Purdue Poly. 3-point game. Can the Chargers close things out here? Mitchener at the net, and 2 girls kind of running into each other, her and Forster. And I think that affected the shot attempt. Purdue Poly have scored 4 straight points. Techies. Forster. Too many hits. 24-23 now. And thinking the exact same thing. Got to sneak in that timeout if you're Coach McCrory, as the Techies have rattled off 5 straight points and now trailed by just 1. And remember, you got to win by 2. So if Central Christian, of course, if they do get this next point, they do capture it. But Purdue Poly, if they tied up at 24, you got to win 2 consecutive points after that.
Crabtree's made a difference. She came off the bench and got this little rally going for them.
This third set is brought to you by Indiana Mulch and Stone. Since inception in 1987, they have been dedicated to providing the highest quality products to landscapers, businesses, and residents in central Indiana. The last 35 years, they will continue to do this very thing. Indiana Mulch and Stone. Contact them at indianamulch.com. So quite the run, the best run so far tonight put together by the Techies. Making things awfully interesting here. But if you're the Chargers, just 1 point. Win this point here and you have yourselves a 3-0 sweep towards the back. That one's out of bounds, and the Chargers do just that. The timeout proves to be effective, and they put a halt to a chance at a 4-set game. They win the third set 25-23.
They go 4-0 on the year now with the scores, again, 25-19, 25-21, and 25-23. You see it right there on your score for you. For Purdue Poly now, they are going to be 4-4 on the year. As, again, games for both one or two games for both of these teams before the week is out here on this season. And of course, no games on Monday because of Labor Day. Most teams coming right back for a next Tuesday games. Pretty game that was touch and go a little bit. Definitely some things you have to work on. Service errors and then serving, I think, really makes it a big deal of everything that's going on. But, if you're Central Christian, you feel pretty good about it. You go in the hallway tomorrow and, the boys are going to say, well, how did you do? And, you can be a little bit proud and say, hey, we're 4-0. And for Coach McCordle, this is important for him, trying to build a good program. So very interesting ball game.
Close throughout all three sets. You can see they're very close. Purdue Poly, hats off to them for keeping things interesting. Reminder, volleyball for you tomorrow, Sheridan at Traders Point. Thursday, boys soccer, Covenant Christian at Chittard. And, of course, our 4 games for you on Friday night football here on Indiana SRN. Make sure you follow us on Twitter so you're up to date on all of our upcoming games this week and for weeks after that. For our cameraman, Joel Mears, our producer, Ethan Pollock, and for the coach, Keith Myers, I'm Jarrett Lewis saying so long for now. We will see you throughout the rest of this week right here on Indiana SRN.